Do you smell that in the air? Nothing but the pure cries of misery and defeat and anarchy that exists of the space that we call J-Twitter. Because all of you sons of bitches got everything wrong for the last year and a half. And today, you guys catastrophically got Conte wrong. And now you're fighting against each other on Twitter. And I am all here for it because it is beautiful. Which is why here at The Dive, we always said, take it as a grain of salt and never take it as gospel. And now all of the infighting, some Juve news outlets have deactivated their Twitter accounts because of it. And it is beautiful.
This is beautiful. I mean, I just saw this when Nick Severano has left the chat. We kind of warned you about it, like, because he came a couple months ago, just like start dropping crap, and people are like, "Oh, look at this news." I'm like, "Oh, hold on." And this is exactly why, because he's not even a real person. He's gone. He's done. Don't listen to these idiots.
I'm gonna dunk even more because he's guilty of doing this too, but now he's trying to bounce out of it. See if I can.
Yeah, you can't just like, I'm gone. See you later. No, man. Oh no.
No. Like this, you regurgitated the same news as these guys did, and you're calling them out for it, Rav. Do better, buddy.
Oh, come on.
Do better, Rav.
No, he is pissed. The rest of them. Come on. Is this already? Are we already just trashing everybody on Twitter?
Yep. What do we have better to do today? So.
Well, we thought we would have something concrete to talk about.
We have something concrete. No, we have something concrete.
Conte's not coming.
We won't get Conte. Conte passed on us.
That's the most concrete thing. That's not even 100% officially, unless there was a notification.
Fabrizio gave us, it was never in doubt, that he would extend with Napoli and blah, blah, blah.
I'm talking about club statement.
And then better yet, to make it even funnier, Max is now officially Milan's next coach.
Was that official?
It is official. Here we go.
And it looks like Gasperini is pretty close. Gasperini's pretty close to Roma, it looks like, as well.
So we can take that everyone that was, again, I'm 100% sure Conte's coming here because, we made the argument, why would you come here? Why would you?
I literally said that last episode. Why would he join us now when he had the opportunity last season, when he was literally like he fell to his knees and was begging us to get this job. He played those indoor tournaments for Juventus, played alongside Zidane and those guys, talked with Elkan and everybody and wanted that job, and we gave it to the shiny new toy on the block. So yeah, man, like if I'm Conte, like fuck you guys. I literally went to Napoli. I went to Napoli for Serie A with Lukaku, McTominay, David Neres, and everybody. And he arrives at Napoli, wins the Scudetto, gets a pay raise now. Like,
and he leveraged it.
Why the hell?
This guy, he's brilliant. Yeah, like, here's the thing. Did he even want to come to Juve in the first place, or did he just want to get AD? That's what he does. He just wants to even stick it up to ADL because he's like, ADL, you might be the boss, but you're still my bitch. That's what he did.
Oh, it was a power move. 100% a power move. He did that.
And I love him. I respect him more for it.
Like he's on the verge of getting KDB and proper reinforcements to actually have a sustainability. And the funny thing is again, everyone's clapping about the new pres that we got. Do you guys not realize that new president was the final nail in the coffin for Antonio Conte? By the way, mind you, because it's Comolli, I believe. Is that how we pronounce it?
Fabian Comolli. Yeah.
So, the irony of it is he is very, very statistical, low risk approach kind of business oriented guy. Him and Conte would never match. Because what I'm assuming based off of, because I think we're just waiting on Juve to drop the official statement that Gintoli is officially unemployed, which is ironic because Max has got a job and Gintoli doesn't. Funny how things work, how the turntables. I think we're just waiting for the official drop on that for Gintoli to officially get booted out. And I think Comolli is going to be taking over, obviously, the president and CEO. I think he's going to fill a Beppe Morata kind of role. I kind of think, and the guys have been discussing this, I think we're going to probably do like an actual video, a separate video on the Moneyball approach, because I've heard that term get thrown around. And I really think that people do not understand what that term is and how you cannot do Moneyball at Juventus. It's just not physically possible. Folks, before you call out Moneyball or reference it, watch the movie or read the book, because, Oakland didn't actually win. They did it. They almost won, but they didn't. And it's not sustainable because
it should be noted as well. This is something people don't care about because it's about Toronto, the Blue Jays, and it's still baseball. But they basically, Toronto copied Oakland, took some of that management, tried to do the exact same thing, and got to the playoffs. They got somewhere, but still didn't win anything. So
yeah, it's very difficult. And then, well, hey, he found Bale, he found Modric, and yada yada yada. Like, okay, fantastic. They do that, but again, you're going from Toulouse to Juventus, totally different ball game, totally different market. Toulouse, with all due respect, very small market team. Their rugby team is more famous than their football team. And he actually used the rugby team as leverage to grow the club. Juve, you're technically in a big market. Obviously we're not as big of a team as was, but he's still at a big market. Teams look at you different if you're at a big market. If, you try doing the Moneyball approach. And also I kind of want to iterate, Moneyball does not mean signing youngsters. I just want to throw that out there because I think people get that misperception of, oh, that means we're just going to invest in the youth. No. That's not what that means.
That's part of the Moneyball. It's an aspect of it.
It's part of it, but not the whole aspect of it. The idea is that you're looking at undervalued players. Kind of something that we've been saying for fucking years. Hey, buy some blue collar players, buy some misfits players, put them all together. A la Napoli, they did that. But the idea is you're looking at, you have a statistical system database that scans through coaches, through managers, through everything. And you look at certain measurables or deliverables. I don't know what he's going to use because he used it for Toulouse. And I think he was using it a little bit for Liverpool based on kind of the information that I read on him. And you're looking at that and you're picking players or certain things that are undervalued but have good skills. Like the idea is you're effectively building, for a lack of a better term, a team of misfits. That's kind of what it is, because I'm going to use an example here. German Dave, right? German Dave has the weirdest step up to kick the ball, right? And because of the weird run up that he does, or like, for example, the Raheem Sterling, when he runs, he goes like this, where he puts his hands to his chest. Like stuff like that, like what they did with Oakland in the Moneyball movie or in the book, if you read it, there was a pitcher that threw the ball really awkwardly, awkward arm motion. And in reality, he had the skill that's worth $3 million a season, but because of that motion, it threw people off and he was only worth $230,000. So it's looking at things like that, looking and doing the statistical outreach on that. It's scouting, obviously, in a sense, which, again, I'm all for it if it's able to be replicated perfectly well. But you also have to understand that the moment that Juve comes knocking at a door in an Italian Serie A club for a player, you're not going to get that cheap bargain discount deal that you're thinking that, this guy will be able to do. It's not going to work that way. Juve's interested in him. Wait, we should probably, what the hell is Juve interested about? And that's why, as a big team, it is very difficult to do a Moneyball approach. I don't see it being possible. What I do see being possible from him, potentially restructuring the club from a finance, so we're not doing these corny social media shenanigans and we're actually doing some strategic marketing, some strategic revenue generation. I think that's where I could see it going. Possibly a continuation of the next gen project where you're making next gen talents to go in and thrive on first team, so you're able to turn effective profits on it. But if you're expecting him to take Juve and do a full-blown Moneyball build, it's very, very difficult to do, very, very difficult to replicate. We'll see, because again, the system, it's only worked effectively maybe once or twice. I think Leicester City is the best football equivalent to what Moneyball is, because if you look at that roster, it was a bunch of misfits and the right coach to get those misfits going, and they went to where they went. Though I will give Comolli credence or credit for something. I looked at it. His teams have suffered the least soft tissue or muscle injuries out of all the teams in League which I think is great, especially with the training coach that Juve hired. They poached him off Real Madrid staff. So I think using that statistical outreach and an approach to looking at from muscle and nutrition and strength and conditioning, I think could be effective. I think it'll be very effective. But again, when you're looking at a Moneyball approach for a club with the market size as Juve, I want folks
Honestly,
to temper
that
expectations.
Real guy, I'm not sure with him.
Pintus.
It's better than what
I
we
mean,
had.
it can, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Can he be any worse, honestly? And just to tag on the Moneyball thing, one of the issues, so this is TIFO football. They have why is football so hard to analyze and they compare it to other sports such as baseball. One of the reasons why you can pull off Moneyball and why it worked in baseball is because it's a very statistic-based
It's a sport. It's a statistic sport. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very repeatable. A pitcher stands there, pitches a ball to a hitter. Like it's too fluid in football. So to try to pull off a money ball in football, it's like chaos. It's trying to work with chaos theory. Essentially, there's too many variables at it. And if you don't know what chaos theory is, you need to watch Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Go ahead, German Dave, because I know you wanted to talk. Still there, buddy?
No, my only point was that Real training. Well,
No, you're still there.
connection again. Oh yeah.
You can go. We still hear you. You're still there.
Ever since last night, I think I've ruined him. If you haven't watched, guys, we have to mention. He is lagging. He's actually lagging.
Yeah.
Okay. If you haven't watched yet, though, last night with Primo, oh, what a mess. You'll know what I mean when you listen to it. You must listen to it.
Oh, it was fun. I gave someone a negative. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Dash, I want to piss you off.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My only point with that guy from the Real training staff, I even forgot his name, by the way.
Pintus.
They had a lot of muscle injuries this season. So
he looks like a crazy motherfucker, though. I'm down. Whatever.
Zoom in a little bit, Dave. I can't read the copium from Mr.
Oh, okay. Let's get that. Okay, from Matteo Bonetti. Milan won't be great to watch, but they'll finish top 4 under Allegri. What the fuck, man?
Fuck you.
How much time did you spend trashing this man? And now you're like, oh yeah, he'll take this 8th place piece of shit Milan team, and they'll sure get to 4. Fuck you. Man, you need to know when to shut your.
I am terrible for saying this, but I hope Milan win the Scudetto next season.
I'm down.
I hope they do. Oh, I hope they do.
They're my favorite rival. Is that okay to say?
Like for the shit that these guys. Oh, and I still remember all of you that were dragging Max through the mud. Oh yeah, Gintoli knows better. Gintoli's.
It's like, do you think people forget this shit, man? I know it's Twitter, so probably a lot, but there's still intelligent people out there in the world that can see this. Like, it's bullshit, dude. Just stop trying.
It's hilarious. Just Allegri's negative this. He's going to destroy this and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Could you imagine that Max is going to do with a squad of fucking Santi Jimenez, Christian Pulisic, and Leao as your front line? You have to Johnny Reinders as your midfield. Like, could you imagine what Max is going to do with that squad?
I mean, it's a decent squad.
Like, I am just absolutely nuts. Like, dude, top 3 is officially secured by Napoli, Inter, and Milan. Those are your 3 teams that are already in the top 3 guaranteed. Your 4th spot's going to be a wild card. Because I think if Gasparini's leaving Atalanta, so I don't see much out of Atalanta. So I think Atalanta's gone. But it's going to be us, Lazio, Roma, if Gasparini goes to Roma, and then maybe Bologna. Maybe Bologna's an honorable mention. But like Jeff said, dude, Iglitari and Max are going to be an insane duo. If everything goes right.
Atalanta fades. Bologna is and Bologna is now the new hipster team. They take their place. They got like a good 5 years or so. Bologna.
Watch out to get Palladino.
Watch us get Palladino. Fuck. I mean,
if we get
have
Palladino,
no idea.
Palladino's an upgrade over Tudor. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say
it is. I would agree that much. But I think the question is, does that get you top four? What do you do? Like Palladino was like, okay, you're gonna cook him off early again. Are you gonna give him a lot of money? Are you gonna give him nothing? Do you support him or do you let him burn?
I mean, it's either him or Tudor. Right? Like in theory, it's either
or Gasparini, apparently, according to Nico Shira here. Past hour, we're talking to Gasparini now.
Look, I'm gonna say this: attractive football is what got us in this mess. That's what Juve got into this mess over attractive football. You realize, like, for example, if it wasn't a Silly Montari, the goal that was disallowed from Silly Montari Milan, Allegri would have won 2 Scudettos with Milan, and Conte wouldn't have won that first season.
So, to this comment,
so, like, you're like, again, like, with all due respect, man, but who cares about attractive football if you're winning titles?
Also,
Napoli didn't play attractive ball at all.
And also, the whole point was making fun of Matteo Bonetti, how he trashed Max all last season, crucified him and his cronies, and now he's like, oh yeah, he's not so bad. We always supported Max. And at the end of the day, we still play unattractive football, and we don't win. So I'd rather win and not play fucking unattractive football. Who gives, honestly, yeah, at this point, what's this hipster? Everyone take off their man buns right now. We're done. We're done with the man buns. Put them away. We're going to watch shit football and we're going to win championships. That's all we need. The hipsters can fuck off now. I think we've proven the point. I think Mata has proven to the hipster world that you all just need to sit down and just chill out and let's get back to the basic.
Yeah, and same thing goes for the whole like Conte thing too, where everyone's like, "Oh, remove his star." It's like, why are y'all mad?
What the fuck? Come on.
Like, do you not realize that Giuntoli gave him the stiff last summer? The hell?
We're playing catch up. We're always playing catch up.
How many times have I told people stop looking at this with your heart? Oh, Juventino this, Juve DNA this, Juve this, Juve that. How many times have we had to tell people this? Stop it. Because now we need to remove his star because he leveraged us. Like, use some common sense here.
We leverage the shit out of teams all the time too. It's business. And this, I mean, if you want to be Moneyball hipsters and you want to talk business, then act business and stop acting emotionally.
Yeah. How's your internet, German Dave?
The internet, funny enough, like is not the problem. I did a speed test. Everything is quick. It's just StreamYard on my device has a problem with Chrome. It seems like. But I have like 100 Mbits download, 50 Mbits upload. So I don't know.
It's the browser. I see.
Try a different browser, maybe. Firefox.
No. I'll try it. It seems to be working right now. So
is your browser full of extensions? He doesn't need any extra extensions.
Yeah,
man. What do we want to dive into? Because we kind of opened it up all over the place with topics.
We did. It is all over the place, though. I knew this was going to happen.
I'm just here. I'm enjoying it because, again, I just listen to all these people that act like they know everything and went on Twitter 100% sure of this and blah, 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 that. And all of you fumbled.
It's all for the clicks, though, honestly. I mean, how else are you going to feed your family with a fake job?
So I do agree with the comment that Adams did about Unai Emery. I think Unai Emery would be a fair. If you could get him here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
He's a good coach. I'll take that. Considering Conte's gone and like, what's their other options?
He's proven. The dude's won more Europa League titles than anybody. I mean, I don't see an issue with Unai Emery at all. And then you'll have people at BZ like, we're not going to go to the standards of the club.
Yeah, he's not very Italian.
He's not Italian.
Yeah. No, but he's in such a comfort zone at such a comfort zone at Aston Villa.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, I know. It's not practical, but I'd be open to the idea.
Sure. But I mean, we're looking at Gasparini and Palladino and Tudor.
I don't believe
right
that. I don't believe Gasparini at all. I don't. I really don't. And this is what I don't understand when people he coached at Juve. Like, go ahead, German Dave.
Please, just give me whatever is not Tudor, and I'll take it.
Okay, this is where we end this. This is where we end this discussion. Dusan would be a top scorer. Trust me on that. No, I refuse.
Oh my, no!
I refuse.
Listen, you cannot fix the lack of IQ. That some people are just dumb, and I'm not saying he's like dumb in all facets of his life, but in the most important one of his life, which is football, he's pretty dumb.
Dusan's an idiot.
He's so dumb.
If Jurgen Klopp was not able to fix Darwin Núñez, Arne Slot was not able to fix Darwin Núñez. Like at some point, give it up. Like a lot of coaches tried. Like Allegri tried, didn't get it done.
Motta tried.
No, Montero tried. I don't know how he performed in those 2 games. And then Motta tried, failed miserably. Tudor tried, failed even more. So
come on, we can't compare Aubameyang to Dusan.
Those are different dudes altogether. This is my favorite comment so far.
But hold up. This is more important. But Aubameyang was scoring goals for fun, like in Germany already. Like he was scoring versus Bayern and everything on Dortmund, and then continued doing it at Arsenal. And even at a higher age, when he moved away from Arsenal, he scored for Marseille. Like he is a proven goal scorer.
Like he had a downturn. I remember that a couple years back. That he wasn't doing so hot, and they were moving him around. Like I think that's what we're talking about. Is he had a bit of a dip in form. And then I mean, maybe this was him. He made him brilliant again. I don't know. But
he's Dusan's bad.
It's not Dusan. It's not Dusan. But I got to get back to this because Fede Chiesa is saying stop the glaze.
On what?
Most ironic comment of the evening about Dusan. Replying about the glaze. But it's Fede Chiesa. I mean, ironic, right? Is he still glazing Chiesa? Love it.
Is he still going to Napoli under Conte?
Is it to Real Betis? Who says no? Sure. They're gonna have to replace Anthony with another guy that cries a lot.
It wasn't true at that. It wasn't true at that time. At that time, like the German teams tried to play low blocks versus Bayern and Dortmund because they knew they would outscore them. Like he broke down low blocks with Dortmund. And then when he moved to England to Arsenal, then that's where he learned how it was to be, how it is to play with space behind the defenders. And then he finally was able to use even more of his speed. Like in Germany, he wasn't able to use all that speed and technical ability that he had. Like he was just a great goal scorer, tap-ins, good positioning in the box, good with his back to the goals and everything. And in England, he finally, like for Arsenal, found his true form. But
yeah, I it's funny because I'm looking at X and apparently Zidane is now trending where they're pulling up an interview that Zidane said in 2024. One day I'd coach in Italy, and I like how they play football in Italy. And everyone's like, Zidane, do you make confirmed? Let's go get him. Like, dude, sorry, he's not going.
Oh man,
he's not. Which I kind of want to go to Jeff's comment. You better figure out what the fuck they're doing fast.
So this is a real issue because we talked about this in the Discord because Primo was like, man, they need to make a fucking decision right now. And I'm like, give it a couple days. There's a bunch of corporate nonsense. They
have until the end of the week.
And now it's Thursday night and it's like, fuck. We don't have a plan. We don't know what we're doing. And this is the exact same situation we have found ourselves in the past few years. The only difference now is in 2 weeks, there's a tournament we have to play. We don't have June, July, half of August to chill out. We got to go to America and start playing matches. What the hell's going on?
Which, in my opinion, if you're going to do a coaching change, you fire Tudor and you don't take him to the Club World Cup.
No,
That's
you need to get the guy in.
You need the
Now
new
if
guy
you
in.
do a coaching change, you have to give him like whatever's left before the Club World Cup. Give him the Club World Cup, like to learn to like an actual where you're actually forced to play a decently good team, because like the further you get, the more money you get. So it's kind of like, why would you throw the games away? So you are forced to play somewhat of a tactical game. Like you can't throw the games away. Like it's honestly a bit better than having
It,
like preseason games, like
it's hard
competitive
to.
preseason. So
It's kind
you
of
you
hard
have
to
to
throw
take
them away.
that opportunity.
Look at who you're playing. Outside of City, like it's practically hard to throw some of these games. You're playing against like nothing teams.
The teams that you think are from Arabia.
Yeah, the Moroccans. But no, seriously, like I'm not even trying to be a dick respect to those guys because hey, they're there. But like you can experiment. You can actually get a new coach and be decent at this point and do something with it. And again, I don't
In the
see
group stage, you can.
yeah. In the knockout stages, it's a different argument. But like for example, for me, let's use Conte, right? We're talking about because he was the hot name. Like I would have fired Tudor and you would have brought in Conte, ran him to the Club World Cup. He would have been able to evaluate the players in season form, mind you, before they go on vacation. Look at where they're at, look at some of the strengths and weaknesses are, and then he can make more informed decisions on the transfer market of who I want to keep and who I want to let go. Because preseason is difficult, man. Because if you've been away from the game for a month, you come back, you're not coming back running. You're not going to get a proper evaluation. No one ever does. It's really kind of how it goes. And Juve are doing a favor to Tudor so he can showcase. Fuck that. I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
Tudor if I'm Juve. I mean, I'm there to do business. I'm there to win. I don't give a damn about, oh, hey, let me have Tudor showcase himself against Moroccan teams because God forbid that's how he's going to get the Genoa job. Like, what?
Oh, Dash, I have something to get you going again in another direction. You're gonna love this. You know that account? One of the accounts we had just
Did he
called
post
out.
something stupid? Did he post something stupid?
Yeah, wait, here we go.
I'm a news channel, but I don't actually look at the news and realize that Jurgen Klopp is actually retired.
I just have no words. You just called out other accounts for doing this kind of shit, and you just did this shit, man. What the fuck? This is getting embarrassing.
And this is where I find it funny because it's like he's not even writing on there. Oh, just speculation. I know it's not possible. Legit put it on there saying, "Oh, I hope that happens." Yeah, why the hell would he leave his position to come here?
It's just
Why would Zidane come here?
Why would any of them come here? I mean, Palladino might come here to see if he can not get fired, but he probably will.
I like I said, I'm speechless with how Jay Twitter has been, especially now, because y'all were dead set fucking solid. Conte's coming. Dead set solid on Conte coming, and then now you guys all look.
Who went back to who? What?
Why the hell he went to Liverpool back then? Oh, like when he
Yeah,
left
you mean
Dortmund?
Klopp? Because Klopp went for a weekend to Liverpool to watch them lift the Premier League trophy, or what do you mean?
Yeah, he watched them to he. Yeah, he went to
Like, it's
Liverpool to
his
watch them
team.
win the
It's
title.
basically his kid. It was still his team. It was basically his kids.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't get what you're saying, honestly.
yeah, I don't either. It's like the same thing as like, oh, why did Del Piero go back to Juve and watch a game? I mean, he can.
I don't know.
It's not that serious.
I have no idea. I agree with that. That is exactly my point that I made in Discord. Look, Palladino is very pragmatic. He's not a hipster coach. 3-5-2 or 3-4-3, depending on the player's ability that he has and fitness on that day. I like that. Why not take it? A young pragmatic coach with a young team. Why not? Well,
You
of
know what
course,
have
like if
been
you get Giuntoli fired and get that ego out of the front office and to sign actual like good players. So
he's already signed for Madrid.
what the fuck? What? How late are you are you on the news, guys?
Oh, he's saying, do you remember what position Liverpool finished in? They were terrible. Why wouldn't he come? You're the biggest club in Italy. Are we? Right now?
Not right now. And
Is
he's also
it right now?
market wise. No, he's talking about when Klopp chose to go to Liverpool from Dortmund.
Liverpool
Here's the
was a
other thing.
sleeping giant.
Liverpool is a sleeping giant. Liverpool 2 years before that was challenged. I think it was a year or two before Rodgers got sacked. He was challenging for the title.
You could say it's somewhat
Why?
similar to Milan, where they have a good team, they just can't perform, and you go in and fix it.
Yeah.
We don't have a good
Like
team.
Liverpool was a bit on the back up under Brendan Rodgers. Like the era like after their Champions League win in 05 or 06, sorry.
Yeah, they were banter after Torres left.
After that, they had a terrible spell. Like they still qualified for Champions Leagues and all of that, but they didn't win like anything. And then under I forgot to Rafa Benitez, and then Brendan Rodgers built it up slowly in the early 2010s before he joined. And then he built that Liverpool team up to what it is. Like implemented his high pressing, his
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Do you understand? You made us look like Empoli. We lost to Empoli.
We lost to literally
Empoli in the Coppa Italia. And no, we're not making us look like we're a relegation battle team.
I don't know what you see, but we are not an attractive club for coaches, man.
We have to be serious right now. Like, are we absolutely trash? Are we Empoli? No. But
no, we're not a relegation team.
We're not even Juve. We don't know what we are. We're disjointed. We have no direction. We don't know who our management is. We don't know who our coach is. We don't know anything. So why would anybody look at Juve right now and be like, yeah, that's exactly the place I want to go right now. That disjointed, bumbling ass mess. I'm gonna go there, and it's gonna be great.
You mean the team that fired
also,
multiple coaches and doesn't even have, they just sacked their sporting director. Go ahead, German Dave.
And also, Klopp didn't have anything to prove. He won the fucking Bundesliga with Dortmund in a Bayern dominant league. Like he won the DFB Pokal. He coached Mainz to a higher level. He won the Bundesliga with Dortmund, and then moved to the club that he identified most with, and that was Liverpool. And that is where he went. And you have to respect that. I don't know why we question that. And I'm sorry, like Liverpool, even then by the name, whether we like it or not, was bigger than Juventus. Even then, as a sleeping giant.
Mm-hmm. And Juve back then was 9th, 10th biggest club. Now we're 11th, probably even lower than that at this point. We've slipped.
And they still at that point like had 5 Champions League won, 3 UEFA Cups before it was named Europa League. And they had already 18 titles, and then he won one with one more, 19, and now Arne Slot title to 20. Like it is it is up there with the greatest clubs in the world. So I don't know why we can be so disrespectful to them. Oh, he chose Liverpool. Why didn't he come to us? Honestly, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. 10 Toes, we're waiting on the official confirmation. I think right now, based off of what Momblano's been doing recently, Momblano's been hitting points, but I think there's a tweet that went out right now that said his agent has been notified. I'm assuming because I have a hard time imagining that Comolli would work with Giuntoli, or if he does, then Giuntoli would just be reduced to a cucked position where he's just a figurehead, kind of like a Nedved role.
Doesn't make sense to have him
Yeah,
there.
it doesn't.
He's not a figurehead. Like he's just a dude, right? Like Nedved at least was a club legend.
All right. So again, to kind of answer this guy again, we don't have the infrastructure in place nor in the direction for someone to sit there and be like, yeah, I kind of want to go there. I'm okay with it, because he didn't win with Liverpool his first couple seasons there. It took time, but they had the infrastructure in place. They were getting the players. They're getting everything. Hey, this is what we want to do, Klopp. We need you to be here because we think that you're the person that can get it through. What are we going to tell him? We have Yildiz? Di Gregorio?
Got Big Mac.
Honestly, I can't believe why we are entertaining this.
This is it. I'm not entertaining this anymore.
He built himself up in Liverpool to be one of the greatest coaches in the modern era of football. Like, why would be interested to do this? Had it been out in the mid 2010s, where he was looking for that new adventure, maybe. But even then, he chose Liverpool. Like, why would he go down? I'm sorry to say it, but go down to a Juventus that is not playing like a giant, that doesn't have the players to but doesn't have the passionate fan base. Because if you go to the stadium, we are trash. Like, the fans in the stadium are quiet. Like, tell me, what do we have that is attractive for him to come to Juventus?
That was actually one
If it's
good
the
point
money,
there.
like, what money?
Like the fans, right? That's one of the reasons, allegedly, that Conte wants to stay at Napoli, because he saw what the fans did in the celebration parade, and how just the atmosphere, how in love the city is with that team. And I mean, that opens your eyes, right? Like the way they treated him. And how do look at what our ultras do? They just bitch and moan.
We
Like,
we
they
don't
don't
have
have
a
a
solid
project.
project. I don't know what you see. We don't have a solid project. Like Mario is saying, we are a total shambles.
They spent $200
Like,
million on players
oh,
we can't
sorry.
use.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The comments come in so quickly. I want to click, and then a new one appears. We don't have a project. What is the project? Tell me, and please
Yeah,
please
define
tell
that.
me
If
in the
we can
comments.
define that.
Oh, now it's, I'm speaking in general. What's
No,
no?
but it
You
is
can't
about now.
backpedal.
We have to fix things now. It is about now.
Like,
In
what are we gonna
general,
do
by
then?
name, we
Like,
are a sleeping giant. Yeah, but that's not it. Our infrastructure and everything right now is terrible.
I mean, we're called the Turin Giants, but
What
I
do
mean,
we have right now to build this team back up?
Yeah,
I
we've been
mean,
in year 0 for the last 3 years.
if we 5, even 3 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever, if at that point, basically when we started hiring guys like Sarri and Pirlo, because even then we got Sarri because we couldn't get Pep. We're always on the back foot. We're always chasing our tails. Going back to that point, we've
No
always
joke.
been
No joke.
reacting.
I would take Sorry over Tudor.
I would too.
Is he available? Is he even
He
like,
doesn't
is
have
he
a
alive?
job.
Haven't even heard about this guy. I just
Of
imagine he's
course,
just.
if you go to of course he's available. Like, if you want to get him out of Lazio,
He's not. I think
I just
he's
imagine
only
him just
under.
like chain smoking.
He's not. He's unless he goes back to Lazio, but
Oh, I don't know. That's just this is crazy. Just crazy. But yeah, we've always been reactionary, and that was honestly the downfall. Having guys like Ronaldo and still having back then that foundation in 17, 18, 19, that foundation was still there for guys like Sarri and Pirlo to still win with them because the team was just that good. But those guys got old, or we sold them off, or they just got injured and never showed back up again, a la Chiesa. And I mean, the remnants of that, honestly, is still Vlahovic. That's what we did. We pissed all our money away, and now we continue to piss the money away with guys like Douglas Luiz. I mean, at least his ex-girlfriend won a trophy, but fuck. Like, what are we doing?
yeah. Again, with the summer that they spent with the things that they did, like, this is symbolic. This is 2017-18 Milan, where they spent 250 for an entire squad, and it just shat the bed. And again, Conte we had the opportunity last year to get him. Gintoli said, "Nope, I want Thiago Motta," and now you've lost your job because of it. And I am all here for it.
And that's the thing, not only the money that we've spent on the players themselves, but on the coach and his staff, and now the manager, the sporting director, and the contract you have to sever on that with how much do you have to pay out on that?
I think again, I think this gentleman is misunderstanding our statement because we're not diminishing what the club is.
No, hold up.
I mean,
No,
you're
not
coming in here.
no,
Right.
hold up. No, at least now we have a ground to work with. Yes, we are a massive club. I don't disagree. Like by name, by the jersey colors, we are still a massive club. By fan following, shirt sales, blah blah blah. We are a big club. But ain't Manchester United by the name, by the fans, by the stadium, by the logo, they are a big club. But they're not an attractive project right now. Like you can be a big club but still be unattractive for big player names, for big coaches, for actual like good sporting directors. Like you need to have something in line to be attractive for people out there in the footballing world. And if you continue to treat coaches like we do, if you continue to treat like training stuff
We're
like
losing you, man.
we do, fire
Yeah,
them, hire them, fire the next one.
and he's
Yeah,
gone.
we lost.
Okay, that was just a matter of time. We try not to talk him over, but I mean, fuck you, Germany, again, and your shitty internet. Oh man. Yeah. Do we want to build on Dave's point? He looks like he's.
No, I mean we can let him come back to it if he wants to tackle it because again, it's not. No, it's you came at us saying, "Oh man, we're like you're treating us like no, we're not treating it like a relegation club." Can get him, sure, we can go and get him, but you're not going to get him.
I mean, Primo's kind of saying this in a good perspective. Conte loves Juve, and he doesn't want to come. Obviously, he's getting a lot of money as well. There's different factors, but that does say something. And I always try to remind people as well, think about it in your own life. If you're looking for a job and there's this really big company, I don't know, let's call it Apple, 'cause we hate Apple, right? And you hear all these great things about it. And, oh, I want to work there. I love this company. You know, it's a big name. It's super popular. I love their products. And then you start talking to people that work there and like, no, man, like don't do it. It's shambles. Don't come here. It's a mess internally.
It's not successful.
Are you still gonna go take that job?
And that's the argument. And this is where I don't understand where he got us saying that, we're a small like we didn't say that. We said our project is atrocious. There is no project, there is nothing there. It's kind of going back to your Apple comment, Dave, where it's like again, it's a big company, but it's shattily run. Why would you go there? And that's what we're saying. It's not diminishing what Juve is or what Juve's done.
Yeah, people are still going to mindlessly buy an Apple, like an iPhone, just like they're going to mindlessly buy a Juve jersey and dump a ridiculous amount of money on a product.
Like Juve is a big product, but it's not a good product. That's the argument that we've been on for months. Is that yeah, it's a big product, but it's a shitty product. And if I'm a player, why would I want to go there? I don't know what the coaching is going to be. I don't even know what my contract. I don't even know what anything's going to be because they halted everything. Gotti's contract has been put on pause. McKennie's contract renewals, all those renewals have been put on pause. So right now in the Mercado, if I am a player looking at potentially transferring and going to Juve, what am I going to? Am I going to go with Tudor knowing that he's only there for a year? Would I even entertain that idea? Because say that I start with Tudor And then they get a coach that has a completely opposite playing style to what I do. I'm fucked. So then why would I go? Oh, because Juve is a big club? That's not a good enough argument. Yeah, it's a
There's
big
so many
club, but
big
it's poorly
clubs.
run.
There's
There
so
are.
many big clubs, and a lot of them are run well. And I mean, we hate to say it, but Inter, Napoli are two biggest rivals. And the thing that kind of hurts the most is they looked at what we did and they copied it. And now we are failing to do our own homework, essentially. We wrote the book on it and now we're not even following it.
Because we don't have the people know how to read the book. And I honestly think that some people took the book with them.
Yep. The book has left the stadium. Oh, man. We might be getting Dave back. Yeah, he does. Guys, like, subscribe, smash all the buttons. Discord, X, Instagram, everything's down in the description. So make sure you hit that up. And maybe you can support the channel to get Dave real internet.
No, I think it was Chrome. I just think the browser.
Oh, maybe it could
Yeah,
be.
and it's kind of funny what LJJ is saying. Now everybody wants pragmatic footy.
All of a sudden.
On that. All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, even I love to bring this up. Napoli did not score that many goals this season. They had no offense. They just pragmatic the fuck out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like
sounds
like a bald-headed guy that people came with pitchforks out of town. The only difference was, they had a proper number 9 that could facilitate proper counterattacking football. One that, a good chunk of the fan base went to the Allianz and protested. But again, that's the same fan base that booed the shit out of Locatelli at preseason. So, they're very credible at what they do and they're very, very smart.
Oh man.
See, and like I said, I'm curious to see what Milan does. I'm very curious to see how they move and what they do. Because I can guarantee you that Max is pettier than a motherfucker. Because, you best believe he is going to be firing shots if Milan do something next season.
Oh, yeah.
Because their team, on paper, is really, really good. They just needed a proper man manager. And maybe a piece or two, and I think they'll compete for top of table. Oh, that's hilarious.
Imagine we just swap coaches. Oh, God.
Oh, that is hilarious. If we get Gasperini and Motta goes to Atalanta. Oh, poetic justice. Y'all can say Milan is finished, but I'm telling you, watch out.
This is going to be
they underperformed this year. Drastically underperformed. I think they're going to be they kind of had a Napoli season. The season that Napoli had last year, Milan had this year. I'm telling you, do not undervalue what Milan will do because Iglitari is no stooge. He had that poor man's Lazio team competing for the title with some of the moves that he did. Yeah, and I'm curious if Thiago Motta does go to Atalanta, goodbye to their top 4s. There's no way in hell they bring in Motta.
You think
honestly, why not? Why not take a shot? Honestly, if I'm Atalanta, I think maybe it is Juve's rotten structures why he underperformed.
Maybe. Did they take Coop Miners back?
Yeah, but right. Send Coop Miners back.
Yeah, for 30.
Yeah. But I don't know how Motta's gonna because that team is built 3-5-2 or 3-4-3. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What do you say?
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that. Well, Max and Tari want Leao, Mario, so I don't think they're gonna sell him.
Yeah, that's that's just coming up here too. Untouchable, allegedly.
So
and I don't blame them if they want to be competitive.
Redbird is a hell of an investor, man. I think they won't sell unless they absolutely have to, and I think they'll should have something to keep them there. Because I am telling you, if you can imagine that counterattacking ball with the front 3 of Pulisic, Jimenez, and Leao, holy shit. And especially with Max being more tactically organized defensively, set pieces, all of it, I'm telling you, Y'all are going to be bored as fuck winning 1-0s, but you'll probably do something with those 1-0s.
Bit more news from the old BZ. Well, it's DiMarzio.
According to Football Italia, that's a fantastic source. Football Italia said that Conte was going to be our coach a week ago.
Who cares about them?
Yeah, the newspapers.
Yeah.
Gas has taken 48 hours to consider the offer from Roma before accepting. Roma fear that the delay might be due to the possibility of other clubs, such as Juve, trying to get involved. Obviously, it's a goddamn melee out there.
They better.
Of course, they're going to take 48 hours. What do you think? There's options.
Well, if with Comolli, I think would make sense with Gasperini, just by the way that Comolli operates. But again, I don't know if Gasperini is going to get irritated or not by the lack of ambition, because it depends on what Comolli's ambition, what his goals are for the next coming couple of years.
Yeah,
like
but
I said,
he also like taking punts on young coaches. Like he like you can't, like he was hit and miss. Like he hit on a couple of the big names. Now there was not a huge list of missed transfers, but I have to look deeper into that one to find out if he had like
he hasn't done
any
anything crazy.
big gaps.
Yeah.
But he likes young coaches and to build like actual projects with those coaches. So
But again, I don't know
so
how
I
that's going to
so
work here.
I don't know if he maybe would butt heads with an experienced coach that now knows how to play and all of that, because kind of at the end of that Arsenal run, like he was butting heads with
Wagner.
Wenger.
Yeah. Which is weird because Wagner never won anything.
That is my opinion. Like, look, we don't know whether he will be a great coach. Like, I'm not saying that, but from what is available out there, with Comolli as the president slash leading sporting director or overseeing or as the guy that has the overseeing position, and with Toniozzi, who was a great scout. Like, if you get a young coach like Palladino, I don't mind it. Like, what I like about him is like he doesn't do that hipster bullshit. Like, he is very pragmatic. He had a great scoring output from Keane, which were great. But yeah, he played a lot in a two-striker front or on a 3-4-3, and it worked, man. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing it. It's not like we are expecting a Scudetto immediately. Like, we just want to be
We're
like
not.
a respectful team, man.
I
So
think you need to
why not try it?
You need to ask Jay Twitter about that if we're not ready to.
Fuck Jay Twitter, man. I'm not Jay Twitter.
Bunch of inbreds.
I'm here to talk actual footy. Fuck them.
Yeah, whoever said Milan was entering a banter era is an idiot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, they were looking close. If they correct course, obviously not. But if it looks like they're making good decisions.
No, but they're still far away from a banter. Dude, Napoli finished, what was it last season?
7th or 8th, I think, because they're out of Europe entirely.
One is Scudetto, finished outside of Europe. One is Scudetto again.
Yeah.
So you don't know whether it's a banter or an off season. Maybe
you
they just
know
missed with the coach. Like, give it. God damn, we are so quick with that banter or bullshit, man.
Yeah, you know what I find it ironic, right? Where everyone's like, oh, they're like, when they make that comment, oh, they're entering, like, look at their foundation and you compare it to ours.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at the core and it'll tell you, like, who's the starting center back? Lloyd Kelly. Who's their starting center back? Someone better than Lloyd Kelly.
Well, that's
Dude,
not hard.
With their foundation, just 3 or 4 players, they can earn around 200 million immediately. And not be dramatically worse. Like, the only one that would...
Oh, Vinny, is that Marco? Was that Marco that said that? Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, it was him, yeah. Honestly, the only player that would make Milan dramatically worse, that is hard to replace, is Reinders.
Yeah.
Reinders is the hardest to replace. You can replace Leao with another winger for what you earn with that money. You can place Theo Hernandez equally, like as a fullback with all that money you earn. And then Reinders will be hard to replace, yeah. But you can't find a ball carrier out there with the 200 million that you earn and reinvest in the rest of the team. Like, can you imagine Max fucking Allegri with that backing?
Yeah. Oh, Hodgeball? Hodgeball doesn't know what ball.
Oh, Hodge. He's just as bad as the rest of them. He puts on a good show. He gets the hype going. It's entertaining, but it's mostly just hype. It's just hype.
Hodgeball.
It should be called
agree
hype
with that.
ball.
Hype ball. That's our nickname for him. Hype ball.
Primo, what would you think of Colombo as your backup striker? Like, we still need the number one, but Lorenzo Colombo from Milan. I liked him at Monza already the last years when he was loaned on loan at Monza. But man,
I can imagine what Hodgeball does the video. Milan are going to play a 3-5-2 because Max did it his last couple of seasons at Juventus, so it's going to be terrible and Noah. It's like, okay, dude. All right.
Yeah. Because Max had only ever played a 3-5-2 ever in his life.
Only ever did that.
Only ever.
And it's not like, again, like I said, Sully Montari disallowed goal, which would have effectively given him 2 Scudettos in his 3 seasons at Milan, but and that's the Milan that was falling off a cliff because of money and Berlusconi not having money anymore.
Yeah, Jeff says it pretty good here about Hodgeball. Like, was a content creator, but disagree with many of his takes. That's pretty accurate. Yeah, like I said, he's entertaining. He's got good production, but very disagreeable. Yes. Morata. Yeah, I think.
that's over now. Had we gotten this full season out of him, and we gave him a 2+1 or whatever, like, it would be 1 or 2 years left on the contract.
Give him Vlahovic. I'll trade Vlahovic.
But if you get Morata now, like, you lost effectively one year at the end of his prime. Yeah.
But still better than Vlahovic, right? So.
Oh, dude, he would have scored. Dude, Morata would have scored 9 goals. Can't convince me otherwise.
Primo knows. We had a fun conversation on that last night.
Yeah, no, he did. It was getting pretty annoying too because he was glazing that 2-7-2 hard. He was one of the worst culprits for the glaze. Like I said, hype train. He just he knows what's trending. He's not a dumb guy. He knows what's trending, and he picks up on that and makes sensationalized videos. And then people that don't know any better just take it at face value. Yeah, I mean, otherwise he's good at what he does.
Yeah. That's what happens when you choose money instead of accurately reporting and quick likes on the internet.
You gotta remember, right? Like, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, for a lot of these people, this is how they feed their family. And if they don't hype the shit up and get the clicks, they're not feeding their family. One thing I promised with us, at least at this channel, is that we all actually have real jobs. I mean, just do this just because we hate our lives.
Like, like I said, I say that goal because, again, we benefited from that. That's why I get irritated when people sit there and the referees are out against us. It's like, bro, come on.
I mean, there are a couple. Davide fucking Massa.
Like, I understand that, Dave, but, like, let's be real here. It's like, again, no one talks about it when you benefit from it. And then when you don't benefit from it, the pitchforks, the audacity. So it's like, yeah, I still say that because, again, I'm impartial to saying stuff because I can say it objectively. Yeah, we benefited from shit, but we also got fucked by some shit too. Where it's like, oh man, everyone's out to get us because we're Juve. Serie A's trying to kill us and blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, oh yeah, remember that Sully Montari goal that robbed Milan a title? No, Buffon had it down the line. Can we be honest here? Yeah, we benefited off a refereeing gaffe. That's honestly what happened.
Yeah, we've had our moments. Our culture. Oh my lord! Like, this is such a funny night because it literally is all speculation. Other than, okay, we got Tardi and Max at Milan. That's pretty much for sure. It doesn't matter which other team you are. There's even talks that Inzaghi might come to you. I mean, fuck, what do you think of that?
Dude, I told y'all to watch out for that. If he loses the Champions League final, he leaves. I'm just saying.
He will not get fired. If he goes, he will go himself. And if he goes, he will not come to Juventus. Forget that one as well, guys.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
No,
Whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa,
saying
whoa, whoa.
I am saying that to the chat before anyone wanna say, "Oh, we are a sleeping giant" or whatever. Why can't we get a coach, a caliber of a coach like Inzaghi?
He's terrible. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
He would be better than what we have.
He is better than what we have, absolutely. But the fact that he had the best team in the league and only won 1 Scudetto and lost 2 on the final day while leading in the league.
And he's
before
going to be
I-
pricey too. Like he's not a cheap coach.
I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see what happens in a couple days.
No,
Oh,
Car. I'm taking your breath.
Fabrizio Romano 5 minutes ago. Breaking. We are close to getting the Bruyne deal done. Napoli director confirms with a bomber emoji.
Yeah. I mean that one's been going on for a couple days. Not surprised.
Oh,
Car wants Fabregas, but can we get Fabregas?
Do you remember our favorite center back called David Hanko?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Select.
He still plays. He still has a career.
No.
I thought we made the biggest mistake selling him.
Al Nassr are in talks to sign David Hanko from Feyenoord. So congratulations having him.
Bring in Hanko.
There's the center back that you wanted to lure with a 5 million loan and whatever option, and Feyenoord says, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah, I mean, it's probably fairly accurate. Inzaghi's same level as Spalletti, lucky coach saved by his players. I mean, they're decent coaches.
I would take Spalletti right now with what the options are out there.
No, yeah, Spalletti over Tudor in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, these are all better options. I just don't want Palladino yet because I want him to just get those couple more years. I don't want him to be ruined by Juve. Like we ruin people, man. Coaches
we blow them out.
We edge them and blow them.
Oh, and Di Marzio 15 minutes ago. Giovanni Mane will stay with Napoli as well.
Obviously. Yeah. I mean, of course he is.
Oh my god. And yeah, and the second of Sergio Conceição is now official, and I guess that makes way for the official communication at some point tomorrow.
Yeah, probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I saw there was videos of Max going into the Casa Milan.
Yeah.
Well, this is an older one. But...
Can we bring in Cesare Prandelli just because KB asked? Oh my god, that'd be funny. Or even Pioli.
Well, Pioli apparently, I just saw this. This is old, 13 hours ago, but Atalanta contacted Pioli.
They need something.
Anything could happen. Like, it's nuts. It is absolutely nuts out there.
They're more attractive than we are.
Well, I mean,
with player and project wise,
and even our jerseys can't even make our line straight.
Barcode jersey. Oh man,
I want to see him do a collab with that. What's the game? Agent 47.
I would even take Sergio Conceição over Tudor. Sorry, but I would.
Yeah, I mean he is a better Tudor.
But that would mean that we have to keep his son, unfortunately, for all that money.
So. No, I think that means we move his son.
If Daddy comes in, you think we send?
Well, because that's kind of why. Like there was that conflict with Porto, and then obviously they both left. But yeah, I think there might be a bit of a conflict. Listen, the only father that we want to keep around, there's two. Lillian. Yep. And Senior Big Mac. Because that guy glazes the shit out of his son on X, and I appreciate it.
It's hilarious.
And he's a goddamn war vet, damn it.
He's an Air Force guy. Air Force pilot 69.
Yeah. Fuck. So we don't know. I think that's basically what we spent the past 70 minutes saying, is that we don't fucking know.
We don't.
Nobody knows. Even the guys that know don't really know. Like Gasparini doesn't even know. He's taking 48 hours. Why would any of us know?
So we will take more.
We'll take 48 hours and come back to it on the weekend, perhaps. Champions League. You guys around for a watch along?
I mean, I don't know if I'm home, but I think
I think I am, yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Potential watch
Why not?
along for the Champions League.
Why
Yep.
not? It's not like I can go to the gym, so
Well, you can go to the gym and watch the ladies and be a creep.
yeah. I can do that at home as well.
Binoculars?
One lady, to be fair, but
Oh, okay. She's okay with that? You just staring at her while she's
oh
sleeping?
yeah. Oh, she knows. Oh, she knows.
Oh man, Dave's just in a dark corner, looking at his wife. Just-
Don't have to stay that far away, right?
I guess. I mean, I don't know. What do you do? What do you want to get into it?
Oh,
Kind of
no, it's all
private,
good.
isn't it?
No, it's all good. I
Alright.
just wanted to say I'm good. I don't have to watch
Okay,
ladies
he's
in the
good.
gym.
He's not going to go to the gym to be a complete creep. That's good. I respect that.
Now the problem is he's not a radical change. Like he is nothing tactically.
Yeah,
And
he doesn't know what he's doing.
and I don't want to put it in these players' hands to cook. Like we need somebody to lead them, and he is not a leader, and that's my problem.
He's a great like mid-table. He was great for like a Marseille, for instance. Right?
Can we go for dude? It just don't.
You
we
know what
get
he is? He's
Ranieri?
Gattuso.
Ranieri?
No, he's going to Roma's upper management.
Yeah, he's retired from
Oh
coaching.
fuck me, man!
Retired.
Why didn't we get him, man?
No, you know what's funny,
He's
Jeff
old.
saying get Gattuso. Gattuso is literally the Italian Tudor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's
Yeah, like
"Why'd you get that?"
Tudor
he's like,
got us where we are. And that's all we ever needed him for. He stays. He literally only stays if we fail to find a replacement. That's the only reason why he sticks around.
Honestly, you shouldn't be able to fire. You shouldn't be able to fire this. Like there are certainly better options than him out there.
Like, I don't
It's
personally hate him.
dude, Mancini's a better option than
no,
him.
it's not about hate. I just want this team needs somebody that can put them or that can give them an idea of football. I'm not saying a beautiful idea of football, but that is telling them you play there, you play there, you play there, you play there. And he doesn't do that necessarily. Like not to the extent of where we need it, because our players got found out of position like in
Numerous times.
all the damn time, man.
So
That's my
and to continue on here with Nick, continue on with one more year with Tudor to get Champions League. How do you know you're going to get Champions League? We barely got it this year. Like
He
that
almost
that
threw it
is
away.
not a
know
sure thing.
if we get him for if we have him for a full season, we don't know if we get that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I said it on Primo Couch's channel yesterday. We're literally Hans Nicolucci throwing away that game because he literally gave Colo the assist for that goal, and then he fouled Chico.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, if we didn't have a spy, we may be going to the Balkans.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like if Hans Nicolucci didn't have a disaster game like he did,
we let Venezia score 2 goals on us when we had it was a do or die game.
Yeah.
Right. And
that first goal, by the way. I know Dash was angry with the second goal, right? But
yeah,
that first goal made me more angry than the second one that we conceded. Because how do you go into a game like that and you are asleep? In a must-win game, you allow a cut to the touchline and leave the first post open. How do you let that happen in the second minute of the game? I mean, goddamn.
So
That is either the players were idiots. Yeah, they are. Or Tudor didn't prepare them for the game.
both of them.
I mean, how do you go with that low energy and low attention into a must-win game?
It's bad. It's just bad management. He fails to manage the games. And I thought, honestly, I was mad at Mata and how he managed games.
Tudor
did
was
it worse.
bad.
He was worse.
Tudor did it worse. He did the same amount of substitutions, didn't use his full team. Like it wasn't good, man.
A lot of issues with it. But yes,
And I'm saying right now, I'm sorry. if we stick with Tudor for another season, I would certainly watch the games, but I would do watch-alongs for other games. Trust, dude, I will not do watch-alongs on a full season of Tudor ball.
See, the
I'm
thing is,
saying
But
that
I
right
will.
here's the thing, right? Where it's like, we're fine with that. That there isn't a coach that's 100% ready right now, but Tudor has no shelf life. Where it's like, I'm fine next season. Say hypothetically here, you get Palladino. I'm fine with finishing outside of Champions League if it gives him a 2+1. Or it's like, okay, first season, let's start from zero. Let's start getting the patterns. Let's start getting the system in place. And then season 2, then you start pushing for top. You should make top 4, and then
But
you get the +1.
the expectation though, right? And that's the thing. When the team comes out, when they purchase a Palladino and they get rid of big names, let's say they make some space, get some money, and then the management comes out and says, okay, our goal is top 10. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
I know we are, because we've talked about that. But as a fan base, and that's really what it is. You either find a coach like Conte, well, we screwed that one up, or okay, now's our chance to actually
Stop trying to do band-aids.
actually rebuild and not get into Champions League next year. Like, sure, we'll play the games, whatever, but we'll go on the Balkan tour. Maybe we'll get top 7. Maybe that should be our goal: top 7, get into Conference League, and develop those young players at easier European competitions and get that mentality of winning going.
But we have a fan base full of retards.
And that is why I'm saying, but for that, it wouldn't be bad to have a Palladino, right? He plays
if that's the plan.
if that's the plan, like he plays a pragmatic style, 3-man backlines, so most of the time your players will not be found on an island if you prepare them properly for the match and teach them how to hold a defensive line. He is good with young players. He sprinkles experienced players into that. Like he made Fiorentina perform to the expectations with the front line of Keane and Beltran. And Beltran is now, how old is he? 32, 33, something like that. And he made that work. Like Palladino can do so much with the squad, is my opinion, and he can get the best out of young players. And don't forget, we still have Miretti, Fagioli on loan, like a couple of players with the return.
He's gone.
Yeah, maybe he is. But yeah, I mean, I think he can do that. And if we don't set the expectations too high, I don't think the sporting management will put like huge expectations on him. It will be the fan base, but yeah, fuck the fan base, fuck Jay Twitter, man.
They got us in this mess.
But him as a coach with Toniozzi being back in charge of scouting, I think they can do actual good work. So why not try that, man? Even if we miss out on the Champions League, if you have Palladino, a young team, why not try it? Chelsea qualified for the Conference League last season, won it this season, and qualified for the Champions League anyway. So,
and they want to fleece us for 50 million for Viega.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please. No. Please don't do that. But maybe with Comolli up there, he says, no, fuck it. We're not
the opposite side of this coin now, to this point, is you take a Palladino and you say, okay, you need top 4, win the Coppa Italia, get to round of 16 of Champions League, like we did with Mata. Then we're going to fire him next year.
Yeah.
And then, as Jose says, Palladino.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
again, depends on the objective.
No, but what the difference to me is, Palladino's not lying to you and saying he plays a beautiful, progressive style of football. Like he
didn't
at
make
least
up
doesn't lie to you. Like you go into a match and you know what you're getting from Palladino. Mm-hmm. And I would take that over what we had like this season. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like Palladino is a genius and will lead us to Scudettos and whatever. I'm just saying I wouldn't mind the idea of having him paired with young players, a pragmatic style. I don't think that is a recipe for disaster.
And honestly,
he can coach defense, and that is the most important. Like with the team we have currently, and then depending on the players we get.
and I know this shouldn't matter, but it does for a club like Juve. He has that corporate look. He's clean. He's
Oh
not
yeah,
chewing on cigarettes.
the haircut. He wears suits.
Exactly the suits. He would represent the club very well in that regard.
Yeah, he's very well spoken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and those are all obviously good qualities for our club. So yeah, would we take Palladino?
I wouldn't mind the idea.
Yeah, I think the caveat with Palladino is make it a freaking rebuild. Finally,
Exactly.
like actual year zero, not fake year zero.
Yeah, no, 100%. If you get him, you have to go all in with the actual rebuild.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that.
You can't do that with Gasparini. If Gasparini comes in, he will demand players immediately.
And in that case, now if we just need a coach, do coaching stuff right now, and try to continue to be the top 4 team.
Yeah,
sure, throw Gaspin. Why not? I mean, you got who else are you going to choose at that point?
It's a hard decision to make, man. Honestly, it's pros and cons on both sides.
It is, but which one are you willing to take?
But we are on the project boat anyways, like for a while now. So why not?
Yeah, and again, like, just look at it. Well, you're just gonna hire him and then fire him, and no. The reason why Monta got the issues that he got was that he got a war chest of 200 to 300 million,
and he was an arrogant cunt while he was,
and he lost the locker room.
I mean, yeah, and he completely fucked that up. So again, if you like for example, if you bring in Palladino, you sell Yildiz or someone to get some revenue, people, unless they're completely idiotic, I would think that people would understand. Oh, hey, we're restarting a cycle. Juve need I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but Juve need a season where they play with house money. They haven't had a season for house money.
Yeah.
The closest we did have a season for house money was Max's last season when we were somewhat pushing for the title. So like I think from that perspective, we need a season where there's no pressure on the players, no pressure on the team, where, the new board or whoever comes in brand new says, hey, look, let's just go out, see what we can do this season, map out where we are, and then we start game planning from then. We haven't had a season like that. Because when Monta came in, hey, fuck, we spent a lot of money. We need top 4 in a Coppa Italia.
And you know what?
Champions League.
Watching a young team grow and develop into something great is actually very rewarding and very fun to watch. Even though you may not win anything, those couple years, because each year, you're at that next step and you're building and you're building and building, and hopefully you get to that point where you actually do win the top prizes. So it's not even going to be a sure. Yeah, it just won't be. It doesn't sound as bad as it is. Let's just do it. Let's do it, guys. Go ahead, Dash.
And I've kind of experienced this being a Detroit sports fan with the Detroit Tigers and the Detroit Lions, right? Where like for a while they both sucked, and the Tigers for the past couple of seasons, hey, let's play some young guys, let's play some minor leaguers, see where it goes, and go from there. And last season they played with house money, almost made it to the World Series, and then this season they're the best team in baseball because of the young core. Because again, I hated Tiger baseball, but they sucked for 3-4 years, and they built their product. Same thing with the Lions when Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes effectively came in. Literally the best. Juve are effectively right now right where the Lions fired Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, where they brought in the new thing. You're going to suck for a year. Definitely you're going to suck for a year. Second year, you'll be mediocre. Third year, you'll start playing with house money. Fourth year, you'll start competing. That's if you do it correctly. Because now the Lions are competing and they have a foundation that'll have them compete for years. Even longer than Philly. Sorry, Dave and Eddie. But
no, honestly, Philly as well is an older team. Like the big players or the more important players are getting up there in age, and the wage structure. Like we spent a lot of money on wide receivers and all of that. Like short term, the Eagles are better set up, but the Lions have a higher ceiling. I can admit that.
Yeah, because their foundational pieces have yet to sign extensions and will sign extensions, and they will be good for at least another 4 to 5 years.
Fun to watch, though, eh? Watching a team grow up like that.
Phillies have the best record in baseball. Damn, they lose a couple of games. I haven't been able to watch the past couple of days. I'm actually curious now.
The one guy in the chat that would actually correct you.
Of course, yeah. Philly. 3-5. Oh,
Had
yeah, we dropped a couple. We're at 37.
the draft again, and
No, we have
what
37 wins.
how we did again?
Tigers have
Yeah.
37 wins. Phillies are 30. Yeah, no, come on, man. Tigers have more wins than anybody right now.
There's still 500 games to play in the season. It's fine.
I know. Fair enough. Circle inside another circle. Answering Matt Tilley's question. With Comolli, what we do know is, again, very statistical guy when it comes to how he builds his roster and how he looks at it from fitness, from managers, from players, from all of it. I don't know what his role is going to be within the club. I don't know if he's going to be a Beppe Morata where he does CEO and sporting director at the same time. I'm not too sure what the role is going to be defined as. But don't expect him to do flashy signings. Don't expect him to do anything crazy or anything out of the ordinary because of his track record. It has been like that. He doesn't do things that mean instant success. I think he laid down the infrastructure for Toulouse and kind of was able to use those numbers to get team or players that competitors of Toulouse wouldn't get. Did anything pop off from Toulouse? Like maybe one or two guys have done well after they left Toulouse, but again, with the Moneyball approach that people have dubbed it as, I say, again, it's very skeptical because you can't do Moneyball for a big team per se. It really works for the mid to lower table teams for you to do something like that. Again, I'm curious. He does have 30 years of experience in the world of footy, but I don't know where his roles are or what his position inside the club is going to be. Again, hoping Giuntoli does get fired, like the reports are claiming. Is Giuntoli going to get replaced? Is Comolli going to hire somebody? Because you also have to understand, too, is the people that Comolli had around him at Toulouse were very effective at what they do. Because the sporting director, Comolli, and the manager would have weekly meetings on the players, some statistics of the players and ways that the players are reacting to certain training sessions. Comolli is very, very hands-on, but for someone like Comolli to take proper effect, I hate to say this, will take 4 to 5 years for him to fully hit his stride.
Paladino rebuild. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see if that's the case.
So the other thing too that Jose saying that all Comolli scouted kids play for their national teams. I'm sorry, but I hate saying this, but playing for the national team isn't very a good comp anymore.
Yeah, like
because
which national? Yeah.
Well, not even that, but like for example, anything under the 20, like under the actual first team national team isn't a good comp, right? Because like for example, Mexico's under 21 team could win the World Cup and none of it translates to the first team play. So like with all due respect to whoever made that statement, I don't find really much credence in that statement. And I know who made it. But it's not an accurate, Beppe made it, but it's not an accurate. It really isn't, right? Because he played for the under 15, under 16, under 17. Here's the issue with that. They cycle through players very, very fast because from the U16 to about the U21s, there's the biggest pool of talent ever. Right? Because like, for example, and this is where I kind of criticized IFTV for this because they were glazing the Italian under 21s, Italian under 19s, and yada, yada, yada.
Very hard.
None of those guys were able to translate it to the first team. None of them were able to break through because the issue is with the under 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, their bodies are still developing. It's science. Their bodies are still developing. Some people bloom late, some people bloom early, some people do X, Y, and Z, and that is not a good comp. For me, the only measurable or the only deliverable that I look at from anyone that is under 23 is what's in there. From how they read the game, how they understand the game, and how they do things. Because from the physicality standpoints, some people get puberty faster than others. It's kind of how it works. Some people hit puberty late. Some people get, their muscle definition late. That's why I don't like ever considering that. And that's why I got irritated when Beppe was glazing Adzic for the under 17s. It's like, again, respectfully, man, he's still a kid. He's still growing. He's still developing. He might grow up in a good way. He might grow up in a bad way. You never know. And it's not a great.
Yeah, Beppe just has a weird thing with minors.
Oh, good Lord.
But like he likes to hype the young ones up. You gotta kind of watch out for that.
I'm sorry, but why is it always me that is going into
the minors?
No, man, that is sawing at his throat. Look, he he is doing what the community wants him to do. If they glaze a young player, he glazes a young player. He claims to be the first one that, oh my god, oh, Vasily Asic, look out for him when the Juventus fan base is already, oh my god, that talent from Montenegro that is scoring goals for fun and creating and whatever. And he is the biggest YouTube outlet, like from fans to fans, basically. Is the biggest glazer, transports it most out there, and it catches on fire, basically. So right now, Adzic is for me nothing more than a lone player that you send out, let him get the experience and keep moving.
Yeah.
Like those the young players develop up until their early 20s. Vlahovic not even into his 25s, but they develop into their bodies, learn their talents, learn what their strengths are. Am I quick? Am I strong? Do I have muscle? Am I tall? Like you find that out like at the earliest what your career trajectory will be at your early 20s, like that 20 to 23 range is when you find that out. So you don't know, by the way, Yamal right now at 18 years old, you don't know. Maybe in 3 years the guy will be 185 tall and all of a sudden a tall winger. You don't know if he will get a growth spurt or whatever. Like NBA players develop in their college years, like when they're 17, 18 still, and grow a couple of inches in one in one semester at college. Like you never know that, man. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
just take it easy on the young players. Don't glaze them. Give them time to develop, man. We're not La Masia that is throwing out a talent every new game day that can afford to put them out there and see if they swim or sink. We can't do that, man. We have only that much like talented players in there, so we have to treat them right.
because we did it with Delict as well, remember? Delict
Yeah.
was 19, 18, 19 years old when we brought him, and again, he's just been a mediocre center back. Honestly, I hate saying that, but it's the truth. And remember the Golden Boy Gavi? Where's he at right now? Or
Oh, Gavi is still great, but he's injured a lot. That's the problem.
but again, that's it,
But when
right?
he plays, he's great. Yeah,
But that's the issue too, right? Because I always say availability is the biggest stat a
yeah.
footballer can
And
have.
they run them into the ground, and that is what happens when you demand from them too
Or
early.
another
When they
one,
get injuries already at that age, you do surgeries here,
it's
surgeries
not
there,
good.
reattach here and there. Like
It's not good.
the muscle fibers, the torn tendons, like they will never be the same. Like once they are torn.
Yep, like Ansu Fati, he's never gonna be the same. Remember Ricardo Puig? He's
Ricky
now in
Puig, yeah,
MLS. I think or
yeah,
Ricky, yeah, he's
yeah,
somewhere
yeah. LA
somewhere
Galaxy.
in US. Because again, everybody gets really obsessed with those minors. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. But like everyone's obsessed with them, and you don't understand that again, their bodies are still growing. And like German Dave is saying, when you do a reattachment surgery on a tendon or a muscle or something like that, after, as they're still growing, you don't know if that's going to heal the way that it should because the
Yeah.
body is still shifting. Or it's like, for example, me, I tore my Achilles, but I'm almost in my 30s. So unless I have some crazy growth spurt out of nowhere, what you see is what you get physically. Whereas if I was 19 and I tore my Achilles tendon, that's a totally different argument because then is my leg going to come back balanced? Because usually like males stop growing after 21. That's generally the last time a male will hit the growth spurt, especially a late bloomer. Because I was a late bloomer. I was very, very scrawny when I was in my early 20s and I was playing as a pacey winger. But then I kind of hit a growth spurt when I was 21, 22 years old and I gained almost 30 pounds and I bulked up. So it's a totally different thing, and that's why I don't like using under 21s as a metric of being good, right? Because it's so rare, and it rarely translates into the actual first team because like, oh, hey, Toulouse has a crap ton of players that are playing in the under somethings of national teams. Okay, fantastic. So does Empoli, so does Pisa. So does some other Serie C, Serie B teams. Like they all do that. It's normal. It's how normal operations go, because the talent pool from 16 to 21 is 3 to 4 times larger than the actual professional pool itself. Because, like, remember, we use basketball in the NBA. 32 teams. Each team has about 10 players. 320 players in the league, tops. Your biggest pool of basketball players is going to be college, from 18 to 2021. It's going to be your biggest pool. All of them are athletes. All of them are great athletes. All of them, college players get called for national teams for FIBA and the Olympics. It's happened before, especially the ones that know they don't have an NBA career. They go there. Does that mean anything? No, because they know they're not going to translate into the actual NBA. They might have to go to Europe or do something else. So, like, that's why I look at it, and I hate this sentiment that, like, oh, we need another Yildiz or this and that. Take the win for Yildiz or Hoyson, if you want to call Hoyson a win, or Mbangula, and just move on and take it from it. You can't sit there and build a team of these young players, or Comolli's going to do this and build these kids and yada, yada, yada. No. The Oakland Athletics, for their Moneyball technique, again, referencing Comolli here, took blue-collar players, undervalued players that people didn't think much of. Remember the 2010, or not 2010, 2011, 2012 Juve that won the Scudetto? Where their front line was Vucinic, Matri, and those guys? You need, again, mediocre blue-collar Serie A players that have a point to prove, or undervalued. Serie A. Maybe I'm going to go on the Primo side here and say Italian, so I know he's probably coming all over the place with me saying this, but you need those mediocre players that are that feel privileged to be there. Because what is the main argument that I keep hearing people bitch about? Mercenaries, they only care about the band. Yeah, because in their head they think they can go higher. They think that you're a stepping stone. And as a fan, that should kind of irritate the fuck out of you. Because, like, for example, with all due respect to Yildiz, do you think Yildiz is going to play 12 years of his career at Juve? I don't think so.
I mean, he's not even for sure playing next year for Juve, for all we know at this point.
Like I said, if Bayern Munich come in, give him a lucrative contract, do you think he's staying because he loves Juve? You can take all those, he kissed a Del Piero poster, he did this and did that. No. Dean Huijsen had Juventus tattooed on his forehead with a permanent marker. Guess what? The social media team at Real Madrid found a baby picture of him in a Real jersey.
Again, ask yourself, how much money would it take you to be an Inter fan?
If Beppe Morata says, I'll give you $500,000 a year to be an Inter fan, you taking it? If
but
you
now,
say no,
that's for us. These guys are getting like 10, 12 million.
I know.
Of course they're going to say yes.
But I'm talking about the average Joe, right?
Yeah. But I'll say yes.
Like, for example, if Inter came to us and said, hey, we like your guys' channel, we're going to, pay you guys $500,000 a season for you to cover.
Okay, on, man.
I mean, they
paid
Matteo Bonetti, what, $50,000 a year, and he became an Inter fan.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you mean Marco. They paid
Marco, whatever. Fuck, one of those assholes over
there. Thanks, Paramount.
Even Bremer's like, yeah, I'd love to go play in the Premier League one time.
Yeah.
So it's like, I look at this.
That's why we say don't get attached to players, but especially not these children right now that grew up in the football world where they only knew at the most Messi and Ronaldo. You lose club allegiances. They don't have that anymore.
No.
So why are you attached that much to those talents when they aren't to the clubs these days?
You want to know the Matteo Bonetti, the guy that said we're unemployed, yet he works for a mediocre channel, CBS. But here's the thing, right? Like, I kind of want to throw this where it's like Politano, right? At Napoli. That's the best he's going to get. That's the pinnacle of his career right now.
But why don't we have players like that?
You think he's going to sit there and dick around and think about his next move? His next move is going to be to Genoa, Parma, or Empoli. That's as good as it gets for him. Yeah, you might get, like, for example, a Bastoni or a Barella that are married to the club and will stay there, or a Lautaro Martinez. Yeah, you could
still doing well. If Inter went to shit again, you don't think they'd move on?
They're gone. Oh, they're gone. Absolutely. But like for example, you look at Lazio, right? Where you want guys that play for that club. I'm forgetting Zaccagni, the winger. You think he's going to go somewhere else? No, he's not going to leave unless the only upgrade would be the big three: us, Milan, or Inter.
Berardi never left Sassuolo.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. Yeah.
So it's like
you
you want to build a team of players that love your club. Like for example, at Serbi at Inter. That guy's going to bleed blue and white because he's not going anywhere else besides the retirement home. D'Ambrosio, Darmian, those Italian players that they have. You want Juve to be successful, stop looking at kids. Look at underappreciated Italian players and you bring them in. Give them a reason to play again and they will fight every fucking game for you. Remember Sturaro? Pedoing? There's still memes of him.
Or if you don't find those Italians, find yourself a hungry player that wants to prove himself like a Scott McTominay.
Yeah. Thuram, even. Both of them, Young wants to prove himself.
And it's ironic. And it's kind of like what Bones says. The players that love this club, we treat like shit. Like, yeah, I can't imagine how many times I've gone on Twitter or seen videos with Ali from Bianconeri's
Hey,
on
I know you say De Sciglio, but Rugani is one of those guys. Like,
Mhm.
what will be the like?
They're
What
coming
will
back.
Rugani ever do bigger in his career than playing for Juventus again? Right? Like, if we get him back.
Well, it's one of the reasons why
he's exactly one of those players.
It's one of the reasons why Perrine decided to stop getting loaned out, refuse a trade to a different team. He's like, I'd rather win at Juve and be the backup instead of go to Genoa. I think he was at for a while. You know, go to a team like Genoa, be the number one guy, but never win anything.
Gatti is one of those.
Yeah,
So in my opinion, keep Gatti. Of course, find better options like as center
We're not
backs
saying they're
started,
Champions League winning guys, right? They're not.
But you keep those. They are the heartbeat of your teams. They hold still the locker room together. Politano is at Napoli is he is a leader in that locker room. So find yourself the players that want to prove themselves or that are just happy where they are in Italy at the team that they play for.
Yeah. Because is Dusan a full blood? No. He's only there because you're giving him
Dude,
22.
I'm so fucking scared that we will not be able to sell him.
Chiesa too. I'm sorry, but I hate to throw, but Chiesa was one of those guys that was looking at his next location too. Even his agent said it back then. Even like for example, I think it was Mana and Cherubini that said it too. I think it was Mana. Again, I'm not quoting it, but he made that statement. Chiesa is going to be one of those guys where he's already looking for his next club. We have him for a while, we have him, but he's not going to be someone that's going to be here long term. And he wasn't. You can sit here and say Monta ousted him out, but if he really loved Juve, he would have signed that extension while Max was the coach. But no, he wanted to be bigger than his britches, and that's why I don't respect Chiesa.
Or we have to put respect on Chiesa's name, and he foresaw all of this and said, "No, I'm out. I don't want to play under Motta." That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
He
it kind of
was
sucks because Monta kind of froze.
he was always one step ahead. That's why he wanted to know who the coach will be.
He's not smart. He's not that smart.
No,
Dude was running. That dude was running into Kostic's cheeks every game. But like for example, Philip Kostic. You think Philip Kostic isn't going to try when he comes back?
Of course he will.
It depends on who the coach
is. He might be one of our best
with Palladino as a left wing back, 100%. Like, so again, like youth and experience, man. 30-year-old Kostic running down the flank. Why not?
I think again, Rabiot priced himself out because he didn't want to stay. Because I think again, the way that Max was sacked made everybody jaded.
Mm-hmm. And then they fired all those guys, like Danilo.
And also, don't forget he was able to move back to France. To a good team that I had qualify for Champions League. Yeah, to a coach that is playing a progressive style. I don't know, like he wanted maybe just to see how it is to play a different style of football, and he got that all at Marseille. So yeah. Yeah, sorry, 30, 32. Tomato, but
Once
Still
you hit,
Twilight.
once you get to that age, man, it hurts the same. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. What do you mean? Yeah. What do you fucking know, Dash?
I'm down in Achilles. I'm already feeling it. Hey, they said I could be on the field in September.
I can believe that because you're a mutant.
I am scared that they move it forward constantly. Well, wasn't it November last time?
No, they project. Well, when I first tore my Achilles, I was projected January/March, that time frame, but
Okay.
based off of the treatment and how I've been able to, because I'm already jumping. I just need to start like fully running because like I've already been able to do plyometric jumps and lunges and squats with full range of motion, and they're kind of like, huh? Because yesterday was hilarious. They had like I was because it's weird because I've trained people and now I'm the one that's being trained. I'm being rehabbed in a sense. So like they tied weights around me and they had me do power walks, shuffle forward, backward, side to side. And I like went, I think I was able to do it with like 150 pounds, just dead weight tied to me. And they're kind of like, do you guys want me to put in more weight? And they're like, no. Does your heel feel anything? No. I'm like, huh. So they're like, I think he might be back in September, which is great because I could make it back for playoffs.
Ooh, not bad.
So, could you imagine that? Just playoff. I'm on the team sheet, come in as a super sub, get a banger of a goal.
Oh my god! And Dash comes in like at that John Cena Royal Rumble where he
I know,
returned and was the number 30th entrant.
dude, it'd
God
be
damn.
awesome. Oh, it'd be awesome. It irritates me because it's like, so I play fourth division amateur here, and we had a great chance at promotion this season too. And I injure my Achilles literally 2 weeks before the season playing in a fucking pickup game. Oh, it fucking irritates me.
That's how she goes, man.
The
You gotta
worst
have
thing,
fun. You gotta have fun once in a while too. You can't like not play pickup.
I know, but like I was playing a backup center back. My buddy needed a break. I went into cover for him. My dad's my right back. I'm playing next to him. He misses the mark. He misses the mark
Such a bad
entirely.
call.
I cover. Oh, I throw. Well, the funny thing is I've only had 2 major injuries my entire place, like the entire time that I've played. Both of them have been with my dad
That's his
on
fault.
my team.
Yep.
So it's funny because it was my left knee in 2018, and then it was my Achilles in March of this year.
Most people have their daddy issues in their head. You just have yours in your knee and Achilles.
And on the
Yeah.
pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit, guys. I think we have to just wait a couple more days unless this one's due, don't we? See what happens.
Yep. That's all we can do. Just sit tight and clench your cheeks because it's coming in raw.
Yeah.
Now that's
it's
an
exciting.
outro.
It's fun. Yeah. That's okay. Well, let's do it. We're gonna go out raw.
We're going in raw. We came in with the music.
Yeah, so we have to go out raw.
Exactly. So everyone, thanks for tuning in to this live stream of the JuvEssentials, where we make fun of things, as always, with the kindness of our hearts. No hard feelings. Only for some. Only for some. Mostly
We'll
Jake
give you. Some people get it hard.
Some people get it hard. But obviously, we did have a bunch of new people that were interfacing with us today, so welcome aboard. Again, this isn't your happy-go-lucky Juve coverage. We tend to give it raw and real, honest opinions from us, whether we're right or wrong. We don't really give a shit. It's just more so us talking out our feelings. If you want to continue listening to that shithousery, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Like again, just so you know, your friends can see it and you can see a little bit more of a mature Juve content channel instead of, more for the kid side because we don't really care if we swear or not. And we shall catch
We
you.
do anyways. We swear.
We swear. Fuck it. But we will see you guys for the Champions League watch along. Oh, by the way, watch Couch's video on our player ratings.
Cultural, yes, must. You must.